Welcome. I'm up at the Baker-Snoqualmie National Forest at the White Chuck boat launch. I mean, really, you can only launch canoes and kayaks out here. Got the Sook River behind me. And this is about 10 miles from Darrington, Washington. I've only been up to this area of the National Forest one other time, and that was only a couple months ago, doing some trail work with the Washington Trail Association. So I'm excited to be out here. I'll be out here for a couple days. I'm gonna do some hiking and just enjoy the national forest. I mean, it's been almost a month since I've been to any major national forest. I got a appointment to get my windshield fixed on Friday, so I have to go back in town for that. Otherwise, I'd stay out here longer. It was nice going to Anacortes, as always, in the Deception Pass Park, but it is always good to be out in the National Forest. So here we go. So like I said, I really haven't been up to this area of the National Forest. So I'm kind of going down the service road for a little bit to see about campsites. I mean, there's no restriction back at the boat launch, but I'd rather not camp there. I mean, it is a cool spot, but I think what's going to happen is any pullouts or decent spots to camp are going to be outside of walking distance, especially since there's some trails I'm trying to do here. So there you go. Okay, I've walked back on the service road in between the Mountain Loop Highway and the boat access. The river that we're looking at here is the White Chuck River, and way in the background you'll be able to see the Sauk River. Okay, I'm doing somewhat of a big hike for the day. It's the Beaver Lake Trail. It's right across the Mountain Loop Highway from where I was parked earlier. Trailhead said it's 4 miles round trip, and the trail description said it's an enjoyable hike on a historic railroad bridge. So we'll see about that, but so far looks like it's going to be a real easy hike. Okay, so for the most part the trail is flat, but it has become quite overgrown. It's too bad I don't have my machete with me. Otherwise I'd kind of whack back some of this overgrowth. There is the Washington Conservation Corps. They had a couple of vehicles parked at the boat launch. I don't know if they're working on this trail or some other trail. So yeah, just kind of slow progress. Okay, I've reached the end of the current trail. I would imagine that at one point the trail continued, but the Forest Service, I'm guessing, doesn't have the resources to come in and fix this, unfortunately. And you might think, oh, that's not that bad, but I mean, you probably just saw the bridge as we walked up here. I mean, it's probably a couple weeks project to fix this, so they got a lot of other projects that need a higher priority. I don't think this trail gets used all that much, so there you go. So heading back to the van. Okay, I'm back at the boat access area after doing the Beaver Lake Trail. It's a really easy trail, despite it being pretty overgrown there at the end. I'm gonna hang out here by the river for a little bit, and I'm gonna have dinner, just some hot dogs, and then I think I am gonna stay at the boat access tonight. There really haven't been a lot of cars throughout the day. I mean, I did see a Forest Service vehicle drive through this morning, clean out the vaulted toilets, and then move right on. I don't think it's going to be busy or I'm gonna have any issues camping here tonight. So there you go. Okay, there's a little picnic bench down by the boat launch area. I decided to bring my stove out here to the picnic table. It's not very often that I get to do this. A lot of times I have to cook in my van, so this is kind of a nice change of pace. Morning, it's day 2 in the Baker-Snoqualmie National Forest. I've moved probably about half a mile from the boat launch and I'm on the White Chuck Bench Trail. My plan is to do about an hour out and an hour back hike. And then from there, I think I'll continue to explore the Mountain Loop Highway, which this is only the second time I've been on that, so should be interesting. All right, I'm at the spot that I'm going to turn around. I've been on the trail for about an hour and 20 minutes now. I haven't been hiking that whole time. I've been kind of breaking branches and clearing the trail a little bit. So in reality, I've probably been hiking for only about 45 minutes. So yeah, I might do a little more clearing of the trail on the way back, but yeah, it's good. It's a good hike. Okay, I made it back to the trailhead. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit, have some lunch, and I think I'll drive up this service road a little bit, check it out, then we'll head back to the highway. Okay, I'm starting to explore around the Mountain Loop Highway area. I drove down the White Chuck Road, I think it's what it's called, and I turned off. It's kind of a side Forest Service road. It's where I'm at right now. It's actually a pretty good spot right here on the river, and I might stay here tonight. We'll see what else happens. What are the spots I find throughout the day? So there you go. Just gonna hang out here for a little bit. I'm still near the pull-off of White Chuck Road. Decided to walk down this little 2-track. It's not in bad condition, but, you know, figured I'd walk instead of drive it. And I think in general, 2-tracks, you know, do a better job of keeping in great condition. The grass holds everything together. Well, that 2-track is pretty much short-lived. I'm at the end of it, and this is a really nice secluded spot, so it's another option for staying tonight. But like I said, I'll continue exploring this area. Okay, it's getting on in the day, and I pulled over here at Mt Pugh. I am going to do this hike tomorrow morning. It's 3.5 miles each way to, I can't remember what it is. It's not all the way to the top of the mountain, but it's like Stujack Pass or something like that. I will say the road coming up here was quite treacherous, and maybe shouldn't have done it in my van, but we're here now. Good morning. It's day 3 on the Mountain Loop Highway, and I'm starting my hike on the Pugh Mountain Trail. Now, last night I was able to get enough cell service up here to get on the Washington Trail Association's website and get a full description of this trail. It's about 11 miles round trip, and at about 3.5 miles it switches to a scramble. There is about 5,300 feet of elevation gain, so I'm not gonna go all the way up to the summit. I'm probably just gonna go to where it switches to a scramble at Stujack Pass. So there you go. I want to point out something that's really unfortunate as we pass through this damaged section of trail. There is a self-registration box at the trailhead, which you're seeing right here, and no one is using it. And the Forest Service and the Park Service and several other agencies use those self-registrations to determine how many people are using the trail. It helps them determine where they need to utilize their limited resources. You know, if people were actually self-registering at the trailhead, damages like that probably would be fixed more regularly. And I know that people are using this trail because I've already passed one individual, and last night when I pulled up, there was 2 other cars in the parking lot or pullouts. You know, make sure when you see those self-registration boxes, use them. Okay, I think this is Lake Martin, based on the description from the WTA website. So I'm pretty sure that Pug Mountain is up there in the clouds right now. It might burn off, I don't know, hopefully it will. But yeah, today might not be the best day to do a hike all the way to the top. Okay, I made it to the end of the trail and where the scramble to the top of the mountain begins. They say that this is the Stujack Pass, but I think in reality, Stujack Pass is right in this area, right where this rock wall is. It's really starting to become clouded in, so you can't really see it very well. I think that Pug Mountain is somewhere right up in here. Obviously today is not a good day to do a hike to the top. I doubt at any point today the cloud cover is going to disperse. So I think what I'll want to do in the future, definitely come back here and actually camp out somewhere in this area. So I'm going to scope this area out a little bit and then do the scramble to the top of Mt Pugh, and then also do hike over the Stujack Pass. Okay, I went a little bit further on the trail / scramble, and don't get me wrong, these views are awesome. But I'm sure if you came back on a clear day, these views would be out of this world, and I guarantee you that you would be able to see mountains as far as the eye could see. And of course, if you made it up to the top of Mt Pugh, you'd be able to see it in the North Cascades National Park, and that too is just spectacular views. So I'm definitely going to have to come back here and experience this on a clear day. I'm back at the trailhead, and unfortunately I'm not sure what happened, but I guess I left my GoPro on when I left Stujack Pass. I pulled my GoPro out a little bit later to film something, and it was 1%, so unfortunately I didn't get the return trip. I'm gonna go back down to the Mountain Loop Highway. There's some parking right at the end of this service road, which has a level spot. I'm gonna make lunch and I'm gonna do some cooking, and I kind of need some level space. Hopefully it's not raining down there, but my guess it's raining everywhere throughout the Mountain Loop right now. So there you go. Okay, I'm back here on the Mountain Loop Highway, and yeah, it is a gravel highway for a good chunk of it. I just finished up with lunch, and then I'm going to head out of here, so that's going to be a wrap for this video. I probably will come back here in the near future, so stick around for that, and I want to thank you for watching.